Every major group that grades the fairness of congressional maps gives your state an F. Common Cause, a nonpartisan government watchdog, even says your map, and I'm going to quote, represents a nearly perfect model for everything that can go wrong with redistricting. And I guess the question is, you talk about preserving democracy. How do you preserve democracy if you're using the same tactics that you've criticized Texas Republicans for?
But as I say, what they're talking about is a distraction. The reality is that the violation of people's voting rights is what Texas is attempting to do. That's what's wrong with their efforts right now. And the fact that the president of the United States knows it and nevertheless is asking them to do it. That is what's wrong with what we're seeing right now. Democracy is at stake.
For apportioning representatives, you actually count illegal aliens. So even though illegal aliens theoretically are not supposed to vote, we know sometimes they do, you still count illegal aliens for congressional apportionment. So California has way more House seats than it should because they have such a high population of illegal aliens. So they get rewarded for welcoming illegal aliens into their state, giving them federal benefits, actually asking the taxpayers of states like Ohio to subsidize them. And then those same taxpayers in Ohio and Indiana and elsewhere, they have fewer congressional representatives because of what California has allowed to happen. That's ridiculously unfair. And the only real way to fight back against it is for us to redistrict in some ways as aggressively as these hard blue states have done.
Here's how National Review summarized it. They said it was only 3 years ago that New York's Democratic legislature drew up a map so brazenly contemptuous of basic rules that govern a district's contiguousness that the state's Democrat-dominated Court of Appeals threw it out. The New York Times at the time called those maps comically contorted. That's their quote. So your state's highest court at the time, all the judges appointed by Democratic governors, they threw the maps out. So fair to say Democrats have done what they're now accusing Republicans of doing.
No, we followed the rules. We do it every 10 years. We base it on census.
But the court said you didn't follow the rules.
Well, we did follow the rules.
So the court was wrong?
Well, we followed the rules.
First, address the term sanctuary state, because I hate that term. I think it's very misleading. As I noted in an oversight committee hearing recently, and every single mayor agreed with this, there's not a single place in America, including in California, that does not comply with federal immigration law, that hampers federal immigration enforcement. What the question about around quote-unquote sanctuary is whether state and local resources, doctors, nurses, police officers, should be allowed to be conscripted to serve federal immigration purposes. In California, we made the decision that cops should be doing their jobs. They should be focused on crime and law and order and keeping us safe, that nurses should be focused on their jobs and not on ICE's priorities. But look, as far as what we're seeing right now, it's outrageous. It's illegal. It's unconstitutional. You see masked agents jumping out of unmarked vans, attacking and assaulting people in the middle of the street, including citizens and permanent residents. They're sweeping people up without warrants. When people ask them for warrants or film them, you have agents that have been documented pulling guns on those people, arresting those people. This is all out of control.